What are avoid notes, and what's the reason that so many people sound like dog shit playing on the simplest of chord progressions? Well, avoid notes, here's a simple definition. They are tensions that are situated, located a half step above a chord tone. What are chord tones? Chord tones are 1, 3, 5, and 7 of a chord. What are tensions? 2, 4, and 6. Sometimes the 6 can be a chord tone in a 6 chord, and that would really make the 7 behave like a tension. But right now we're just going to talk about simple situations. Now we're mainly going to focus on the triad, the 1, 3, and 5. And what we need to do is just dig through the existing modes, let's say of major first, and see which notes become those avoid notes. So in Ionian, C Ionian, I have the 2. It's a whole step above the 1. Then it's fine. It's just going to be a nice note to land on. The 4th degree is a half step above the 3. That's going to be an avoid note. The 6th degree is a whole step above the 5th. That's going to be an available tension. Now, if I'm playing lines, I don't want to just randomly land on an F note when the chord is C, because it's an avoid note. What I need to do is not really avoid it, but resolve it. That F activates a mechanism of melodic desire that wants to just go down a half step in the listener's ear. If you're going, that's not a good place to stop. Right? You're expecting to hear this thing. So just having that, if you're playing over just a C major situation in a country kind of setting, you can now go. Whatever line you want to play. See what I did there? I went to that F, took another note, and then resolved. P-D-do. That's that resolution I'm looking for. I don't want to just move my fingers blindly in the key because that chord has a note that requires special treatment. Let's look at the second mode, D Dorian. Well, let's map out the arpeggio notes, right? 1, flat 3, and 5. 2 is a whole step above 1. 4 is a whole step above flat 3. 6 is a whole step above 5. Just using the notes of a C major scale starting on D. So Dorian has no avoid notes. This really explains its amazing success in the jam world, right? You can land wherever you want. Every note is going to sound good for a resolution. Third mode, Phrygian. I have this E minor 7 or E minor. The chord tones are 1, flat 3, and 5. But the tensions on it, if I just use the notes of a C major scale over an E minor, I get a flat 2 above the root. That's always going to be an avoid note. Creates that pull. 4 above the flat 3, that's an available tension. And then flat 6 above the 5th. Now, that's the hardest mode to play on because it has 2 avoid notes in it. Really, the notes of E minor pentatonic are the only available notes that don't create that tension, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes that are inside the tonality and available to me, and then these 2 notes that have to resolve a certain way. So if I'm just playing over an E minor with this kind of tonality, very, very careful and responsible in that situation in my playing. Fourth mode, F Lydian. Chord tones are 1, 3, and 5. What are the tensions if I just use the notes of C major over that F? I have a 2 above the 1, a sharp 4 above the 3. and then a 6 above the 5. All whole steps above the chord tones. So all of these sounds are going to work. This is why this is another very popular sound for jamming. Fifth mode, Mixolydian. What are the chord tones? 1, 3, 5. What are the tensions? 2 above the 1, whole step. 4 above the 3, half step, so that's an avoid note. 6 above the 5, whole step, another available tension. So next mode, Aeolian. Chord tones, 1, flat 3, 5. 2 above the 1, available. 4 above the flat 3, available. Flat 6 above the 5. That note is an avoid note. Notice that C and F are the only notes that become the avoid notes in any of these tonalities, on any of those modes in that key. It's the root and fourth of the key. Why? Because they're the only half steps in the scale, right? They're above, C is above B, and that F is above E. So, makes sense. Last mode, we have B Locrian. The chord tones, 1, flat 3, flat 5. What do I have in the key? Well, I have a flat 2 above the 1, avoid note. And then I have a 4 above the flat 3, that's an available tension. And a flat 6 above the flat 5, that's an available tension as well. So just that C. Cool. So now let's take a diatonic context where people can sound pretty bad, like a 1, 6, 4, 5. So 1, 6, 4, 5. When you play over that, you gotta avoid that F note on the C and the A minor, or at least resolve it responsibly. Then for the F, it's Lydian, you can play whatever you want. And for the G, the C, that root note in the key, is the problem note. For people just playing, let's say, major pentatonic over things, when they get to that G, they kind of slam into that note that's literally the worst note to play. So just this awareness is going to make you be able to outline the harmony in a more adult and mature and responsible way. So check out this sound of a 1, 6, 4, 5 expressed linearly when I'm aware of this avoid note concept. That's the idea. And it really allows you to just use a major scale in a more responsible way. Cool. Hope you dug this concept. Hope you dig the channel. Check out more videos. They're coming out every day. Subscribe to this. Press all the buttons. Leave a comment. Join our Patreon. And we'll see you next time.